Hey everybody, we are in Providence. Bob Lutz, Paul Suellentrop. The season comes to an end for Wichita State today. They lose to Miami 65-57. Looked like it was going to be an embarrassing loss early on.
Yeah, boy, Miami really came out and played well, and the Shockers just looked, pick your word, overwhelmed, a step slow, a little overmatched athletically, and the turnovers were really uncharacteristic.
Wichita State did battle back consistently in this game, actually took a lead on a Ron Baker three-pointer, and you're thinking at that point they've come too far to give this back now.
Yeah, and I think Miami really helped them out. Miami made some, what you would, I guess after watching Wichita State, what you would describe as careless plays or risky plays, and the Shockers took advantage. Thought the zone really helped them get back in it, and yeah, they were in position to win.
Toughness has been the calling card for Wichita State for a long time now. They met a tough team today, and especially a tough point guard in Angel Rodriguez.
Yeah, Angel Rodriguez really played well. He had a lot of turnovers. He kind of knocked the Shockers out.
You don't like those turnovers.
And I guess it's after watching Wichita State play where, I felt, wow, how many did he end up with?
He had a bunch. He had
7
6
turnovers,
in the first
yeah.
half.
You cut out 3 or 4 of them, and it's probably never a game. I mean, I think there was a point where they really could have put the Shockers away, and some of the lob passes and so forth weren't necessary, I guess.
5 seniors depart Wichita State, including 2 iconic seniors, Ron Baker and Fred Van Vliet. It was difficult to watch them here on the podium after the game. Everybody was very emotional, including their coach, Greg Marshall.
Yeah, and you talked with them more than I did afterwards. What was kind of the feel?
They were better in the locker room. I think getting up here in the bright lights and so quickly after the game, I think it was just a moment where they all thought to themselves, hey, this thing's over. What are we going to do now? Especially the coach, because he's leaned so heavily on those guys for 4 or 5 years in some cases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those 2 especially just do everything you would want in a basketball player, and Evan Wessel's been right with them as far as, hard work and leadership kind of a thing, and it will be a dramatically different feel. A lot of guys are going to have to really emerge next year to replace, those 3 seniors specifically, and the 2 others also.
Shockers played so well in this tournament in the first 2 games, did not play well in the first 11 minutes today, so that brings a close to this season. What are you going to remember most?
I guess kind of just the weirdness of the first month, where you were kind of on Fred Van Vliet hamstring alert. Turned out that didn't go, even for a hamstring injury, it went about as bad as it possibly could. And Anton Grady in Florida. But boy, after that, they really played some good basketball for, more than almost 2 months. And then, yeah, I think it was nice from their standpoint, if you're talking about a legacy of those seniors, to win the 2 NCAA games and really play well for the last second half of Vanderbilt game, and then really just lay a big beating on Arizona.
And as reporters and journalists and columnists and whatever we do, we lean heavily on certain players and coaches to help us along, and these are 2 of the most incredible players that I've ever been around in terms of not only their leadership but their accountability. They're there after every game, win or lose, and we'll miss them in that way, and as well as others.
Yeah, and I think, as a conduit to the fans, they did a good job of explaining, of taking people behind the scenes a little bit, and what was going on, why did things happen in that way. And I think both Fred and Ron had a nice knack for, understanding and explaining, and that was certainly part of their charm.
Not that they ever would have, but they could have gone and hidden today in the locker room, but they were front and center to answer questions. And I think everybody in the media really feels a special bond toward these guys. So we will see you sometime soon. I guess, who do the Shockers have in their exhibition opener next year?
Yeah,
I can't
I don't
wait.
know that that's been said. I think they will take a European or a foreign tour. I don't know if they've nailed down all the details, but
well, by golly, we'll see
that.
you from the foreign tour. We're gonna make it to wherever they go.
Puerto Rico or
just to
Dominican
do these
Republic.
videos. We appreciate you watching all season long. See you soon.